really great businesses will come out of this, and we can say, look what we achieved, and you could also make some money. So as Aaron said, you've talked about what you're going to be selling. What your business is and all that. You can see, I think the last item on the first page that talks about understanding your market, right? So the question is, who is your customer? Have you paused to ask yourself, who is my customer? Right? Who am I selling to? What do I know about them? Do I really have a great understanding of who my customer is? So traditionally, there are these things called bases of segmentation that companies, people use to segment their markets to get an understanding of them. So for instance, McDonald's does not allow a restaurant to be set up just anywhere. They have a very rigorous process that they go through, looking at things like demographics and income levels of the people in the area and all that before they set up a restaurant. So, not to bog you down with terms and stuff, but at the back of the sheets you have for today, you see traditional basis of segmentation. They kind of just asked me to do this, so I'm riffing here. But so just a quick run through. For instance, what age group are you serving? The young people or the old people. This is not here; it's on your sheet. The sheets the sheets that are on the table. Is it male? Your business, is it targeted towards males more than females? That might be something you probably have to think about, because those different genders respond differently, right? Income, household income. Are they students who don't earn any money? For instance, I heard earlier on, one of the businesses was targeting high school students. Do they have credit cards, for instance? Can they purchase? How much do you charge high school students? Are they using their parents' money, or are they using their own money? Marital status, occupation, education level, if you're developing an application, how technical can it be? How intuitive should it be? Race, for instance, you might not think about this, but are there any cultural codes that you have to build into your product? Right? Social class, if you're serving Northeastern students, this is a private school, tuition is high. The social class of a typical students here might be different from the one in another city, right? Those little things, region, city, density, and then if you look at the back, psychographics, which is really the lifestyles of your target customers. Behavioral, user status. Is it a product that is going to be bought once, and then maybe you sell what's called consumables? Is it a product that's going to be bought many times, right? So you have to think about all those kinds of behavioral things. Usage rate, are you going to have light users, medium users, high users? Those are all different segments that require different marketing strategies, right? Buyer readiness. When you present your product, is there enough social knowledge out there for people to understand it without learning about it, right? Because if you have to educate your customer before they buy, that might be very expensive. So those little things as well. It might not be little, but think about the loyalty status. Do you require people to just, are you going to rely on just one-time buyers? Would you require people to be loyal to you, and so that you can milk them periodically? Benefit sought. Will people be looking for benefit? Would they be looking for economy? Would they be looking for performance? Would they be looking for prestige? Is it speed? Is it service? What will your customers be looking for in your product? Media habits. So, are they people who are internet savvy, or do they rather read magazines? Are they do they watch cable? Can they afford pay-per-view, premium, and all that? So these items are the back of your of the sheets that you got today. And it's not for you to apply every single one of them, but it's just to tell you that these are traditional segmentation bases that are used in business that you probably should be thinking about, or even just running through and just asking yourself a few hard questions. So I have a very quick demonstration here that I want to show you. I also work for a company called Continuum. It's a design consulting company in West Newton. I'm on in the emerging markets group. So this is a slide that I use in one of the classes I teach. I teach a course, a class on innovation. And we develop a product, and then we develop a business model for the product. So first part of the course, develop an innovation, and then second part, develop a business model on the innovation. So this is one of the slides we use. Now this is information that Sprint, the phone company, came to Continuum with and said, we want to improve on our service, right? So they came and said, these are demographics, this is the information, this is our psychographics, the preferences and behaviors of our segments. And Design Continuum looked at the data and said, what can we do with this? It's not intuitive. So what did Design Continuum do? They created personas. So a persona is a character, right, that acts something out. So they said, let's put all that information into a persona, a person that we can identify with. So they created Pete for segment 1. And they said, they wrote a couple things about Pete, some of the things he likes, some of the things he doesn't like. They got pictures about some of the things Pete, some of the electronics Pete uses, right? Then they had a picture of the kind of car Pete will drive, kind of magazines he will read. Everything Pete will probably do, right? So you can imagine having a persona like this at the top of your bed that you look at every morning, right? So when you go out, you go work on your product, you're asking yourself, am I really serving Pete? Is there anything about Pete that I'm not capturing in my product or service? Right? Will this really be appealing to Pete? Because if you're not having yes, 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 you're not finding yourself saying yes, yes, yes to those questions, then you're probably missing your target market. You're probably developing something for a completely different set of people that you're probably not even talking to at all. Successful customers are the ones that understand their target, and they understand them really well. Because if you understand your target, you'll be able to predict their next move. You'll be able to predict whatever they do, how they want things, what the next wave should be, how to satisfy their desires and aspirations and things that they probably are not even thinking about. Right? So the thing is, before you talk to people, make sure that you know who you should be talking to. Make sure that you understand exactly the type of people you should be talking to. Because you might just be talking to the wrong people and be using the wrong information to build your business.